Hey, you weren't completely scared away by my last video. So, yeah, here's my modern game collection. Let's start off in the front, I guess. These are games that I was actually playing recently. Got Two Rock Evolution, Metroid Prime 2, Super Monkey Ball 2, Soul Calibur 2, I think that is. Final Fantasy 12. I have not even put that in yet. Same with Metroid Prime 2. Same with Two Rock Evolution, actually. Um, I just haven't gotten around to it. These I just haven't filed them away because I've actually been playing them recently. Bioshock, Crackdown. Crackdown's fun as hell. That was one of the first games I wanted to get for my 360. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Good while it lasted, I'll just say. Future Tactics: The Uprising. I got that for 99 cents. And I was thinking of doing a review of games that I just randomly found in the bargain bin. If you think that's a good idea, leave a comment below. Kingdom Hearts. Fuck Kingdom Hearts. I just want to say that. The level design is fucking terrible. The camera is fucking horrible. It feels like it was designed by two completely different companies. Yeah. Bioshock. What can you say? It's Bioshock. It's freaking awesome. Fallout 3, same deal. Fucking great game. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I barely got around to playing this game, like just last year. Monster Hunter Tri. I'm actually borrowing this from a friend. He's letting me Monster Hunter try it out while I let him borrow Mass Effect. That's why I don't have it here. Super Mario Bros. 3. I had this out for my Retron 3 review. I just haven't put it away yet. Down here, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Guitar Hero 2, Ico, War of the Monsters. That's another game that I'm borrowing from a friend. I haven't given back to him yet. 4 Resident Evil, or Resident Evil 4. Dragon Rage. This is a gift from a friend. It plays kind of like a airplane shooter, except you're a dragon. So, what's not to love about that? God of War 2. These are all the games on the top are all games that I have yet to beat. These are all games that I haven't finished yet. Down here are games that I might pop in at a later date. This is DDR Supernova. It's a gift from a friend. When I got a dance pad for free. Someone gave me a dance pad. I don't use it as much as I should, although I did use it quite a bit for a couple of months. But DDR Supernova was a gift from a friend after I got the dance pad as a gift from a friend. So I had the dance pad but nothing to play it on. Or nothing to play with it. GTA Vice City. I got this when I bought the PS2. I buy a lot of my consoles secondhand. You can't see a fucking thing. Let me grab a flashlight. That does not help at all. I have really bad lighting in my room. You can see the light is on, and I have the window open, and you still can't see a fucking thing. Should have recorded in my bunker. Yeah, well, down here you can see my console collection. I have my PS2, my 360 with a black faceplate, input selector, and my Wii up there. Nothing too spectacular. I got my Pinnacle device, which lets me capture game footage. Godsend for making Let's Plays and stuff. I really should make more of them. But yeah, down here we have my PS2, and I bought this secondhand from a guy for like $200, and it came with like 5 games, 2 controllers, and a memory card. It was a great deal. Of course, this was years ago, like a year after the PS2 came out, so it was still a pretty good deal back then. Vice City was one of the games that came with it. Shadow of the Colossus. I just had to own it. I got it for like $20 because it was Greatest Hits collection. Fur Fighters, Vigo's Revenge. Unfortunately, my game save on this doesn't work anymore, which is unfortunate because it was the first game that I specifically bought for my PS2. I was in Fry's one day, and I was like, I want to get a game. And I came across this, and it looked really cool. Third-person shooter with furry animals blowing the fluff out of each other. And it's a really fun game, and I had 100% on everything. I found like all 2,000 or whatever of all the special tokens in it. And I had unlocked everything in the game, and then my save file just died. So it sucks. Simpsons Hit and Run. It's Grand Theft Auto Springfield. What else do you want? It's a really fun game. God of War. This was a birthday gift from a friend, and at one point I had 2 copies of them because 2 separate friends decided to give me the same game for my birthday. One of them returned it and got me Dragon Rage. So everything worked out. Jak and Daxter. This is also part of the first batch that I got. Pretty damn fun game too. If you like platformers, you probably already played it, but this kind of set the tone for all the platformers on the PS2. Down here we have Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. I actually bought this with Splinter Cell. I planned on getting them both and then selling one of them like for $10-15 to kind of recoup the cost of buying one of them, because there was a deal, buy one get one free as long as it was these 2 games, so I figured why not. But I never sold Splinter Cell, so it's just sitting there. I never play the fucking thing. I'm doing a Let's Play of it that I don't play the game because I fucking suck at it. I'll just come out and say I suck at the game. I have a Let's Play up of the first 2 missions if you want to see. I'm just really fucking bad. If you like Schadenfreude, take a chance, check it out. I have no regrets. Kill Switch. This game is fun as hell. For people who think that Gears of War is the first game to have interactive cover, you're wrong. This is like the first game to use it, and it's really great. This got like a 5 out of 5 on XPlay. It has this really ludicrous story about you're actually not playing as the person you're controlling. You're playing as like some guy in a simulation controlling a guy out in the field. So you're playing a person who's playing control of another person who's playing a virtual reality game. It's like Inception, I guess. Beyond Good and Evil, yeah, this is another really fun game. Not if you know the game, you know exactly how great it is. If you don't know the game, I'm sure you've heard other people talk about how great it is. I believe it's coming out for the 360 or the PS3 as a port. So yeah, you could check that out. Here we go. 24 the game. Oh man. This game is fucking horrible. There's no other way to say it. This game sucks. The only saving grace is that they got the voice actors to play the characters. The character models are pretty well on, but the game itself, you can beat it in about 8 hours. And the controls are absolutely terrible. It's really finicky for how you aim, and the driving is absolutely horrid. Oh man, I might do a Let's Play of this just to show how bad it is. Gun. I bought this one on a whim, and it was actually pretty damn fun. It should be called Fun, not Gun. Nah, don't call it that. Basically, Grand Theft Horse. A lot of people like Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Revolver, the original. This kind of came out beforehand, but it's not made by Rockstar. They made the Red Dead games. This is made by Neversoft. So, who ripped off who, really? I mean, if you like either of the games, this might be worth picking up. Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. I love how every one of the subtitles of the Ratchet & Clank games is a double entendre. Not much else to say about this game. This game was based on the same engine as Jak and Daxter, but Insomniac put together a spectacular series of games. I almost had a chance to work there, actually. No, it wasn't Insomniac. It was Naughty Dog. I almost had a chance to work at Naughty Dog. I actually applied as a game tester there. I went down, I interviewed, I saw this big resin statue they had of Jak in their main lobby. It was really cool, but they never called me back. Oh well. And down finally we have Okami. Yeah, again, obscure, not really obscure game, but game that apparently didn't sell well enough that people loved it. It got great reviews. I picked it up. I actually pre-ordered it because they said that if you pre-order the game, you get a special calligraphy pad. But when I went to pick it up, they didn't have any left. So I guess it was while supplies last. So, oh well. If I move this out of the way, you can see what I have behind it. PS1 games. Let's see what we got here. Magic cards. More magic cards. Toy Dragonite. Okay. We got ourselves Twisted Metal. Actually, I actually had 2 copies of this game. I could not find the original copy, though, which was unfortunate. But my friend found the greatest hits version on eBay, bought it for me. It was really good. I still play this years after it came out. If you've seen my Video Game Bunker review, you know how much I love that game. Battle Hunter. Surprisingly good budget title. I found this in a freaking Big Lots. It was in a bin filled with a whole bunch of age tech games with names like Billiards or Casino Fun or whatever. But then I saw one called Battle Hunters RPG game. And I was like, geez, this is interesting. It's actually somewhat of a party game. I might do an obscure game review of this at some point. Chocobo Racing. A bunch of these games I got actually because, guess what? I bought them as part of a pack. I bought somebody else's PS1, and I was planning on selling it, like, for its constituent parts, like the controllers or whatever, for like $5 here, $20 there, etc. But I never did, so they just made their way into part of my collection. It's an okay game. You pick up different spells. Street Racquetball. Never even touched it. Hexen. Unfortunately, there's no disc in it. So it's actually I really wanted to play this game, so I saw the game was for sale on Steam, the Hexen and Heretic pack. So I picked the whole thing up for $10, and I fucking loved Heretic. I just beat it like a couple days ago. Heretic was fun, but very anticlimactic ending. Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Oh no, it doesn't have a disc either. A real shame too, because this was one of the better Legend of Zelda clones to come out. You play as a vampire, and you have to like suck the blood of people. It's awesome. I actually got this as a gift when I was out of town as well. I was meeting with my aunt, and she was like feeling guilty that she missed so many birthdays and Christmases. So we were at the mall, and I picked this game out, and she bought it for me. It was really cool. Battle Hunter, a copy of it. I was actually trying to get a group together to make a clone of Battle Hunter. So I burned copies of it so that they could see what the game plays like. Tomb Raider 2. Not much else to say. The game has not aged well. Digimon World 2, Digimon World 3. I haven't played those either. Haven't put them in yet. That was from my friend. These were from my friend in Canada. Just like the ones that I got earlier. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lone Wolf. That was from the PlayStation purchase. Same with Spec Ops. Yeah, the guy that I bought it from liked a lot of the Tom Clancy games. As you could tell from my progress in Splinter Cell, I'm not a big fan. But he also had Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, which I did play, and I did like. Spyro and Spyro 2. These are also from my friend in Canada. Oh yes, here's a nice obscure title. Reboot. There was like 2 copies of these games at like a GameStop when I was in high school, and my friend told me about them, and I didn't know what GameStop he was talking about, so we bought both of them, and then I bought one of them off of him, and it's a fun game. Although, for some reason you have to stay on the zip board the entire game. You can't like go get down or walk around, so it's kind of like playing a third-person shooter with skateboard, the Tony Hawk controls. So it's really kind of hard in that sense, because you're always like floating around, and it's really hard to get a lock on anything. Dino Crisis, also from my friend in Canada. I'd like to play it, but I've heard bad things about it. I've heard there's really bad camera controls. Breath of Fire 3. Breath of Fire 3 is fucking amazing. I ripped on the original Breath of Fire, but Breath of Fire 3 fixes all of those problems. Like, tenfold. Now we get into the big boxes. We start out with... Yep, Chrono Cross. Have not tried this yet, but I'm excited to play it. I'm hoping to get to it at some point. Jeez, I think this thing's about to fucking fall over. I'm gonna put him away. Hang on. Okay. Save that one for a bit. You might be wondering why I have 2 copies of Final Fantasy IX. You could just take a wild guess. It's the same reason I have 2 copies of Golden Sun: The Lost Age. I bought one of them on my own, and the other one I got as part of a pack. It just happens that way sometimes. I still have yet to beat that one, either. I haven't beaten a Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy VII, actually. Jade Cocoon is here. Kind of a Pokemon clone. Not a bad one. This one, it boasts that you can mix any monsters into any other monsters. So it uses this system where you can combine different aspects of monsters together, and it makes a completely different 3D model for them. So that's kind of an interesting idea. I'll get to that game in a bit. Of course, we have Metal Gear Solid. What else can you say? I heard good things about it, but then I finally played it, and this game was... Metal Gear Solid is just fucking amazing. It's strange that I like this when I hate Splinter Cell so much, but I love Metal Gear Solid. I guess it's just a matter of controls or something. Storyline, presentation, whatever. Rampage World Tour. I guess it should be up here. But yeah, Rampage. Who doesn't like stomping buildings as a giant kaiju? Oh, Oddworld. Oh, fuck yeah, Oddworld. Yeah, I love Oddworld. The Oddbox is on sale on Steam. If you didn't pick it up, you're a fool. Oddworld was great. And Monster Seed. I just loved the name, Monster Seed. This was also a gift from that friend in Canada. But I put it in and it didn't work. So, I have no idea. Maybe I'll try it again later. Hope it works then, but we'll see. Got Resident Evil Director's Cut, and they still have that ugly as sin face on the fucking guy. And look at that shit. Still that ugly ass face on this dude. looks like they cobbled two faces together to make that shit. Ugh. Final Fantasy VII. What collector doesn't have a copy of this game, really? Quite possibly the greatest game ever made. Game Fan Magazine. Many fanboys have you believe that. I was a Final Fantasy VII fanboy back then too. I would spend time in class making up materia combos. I would read my versus strategy guide as part of silent reading. I just was obsessed with this freaking game. And now it sits on the bottom of my PS1 shelf. So I guess that's something to think about. No matter how much you care about these games, at some point it's just going to be another game in your collection. I also have... you can't really see it. I have Xenogears down there. Except I can't find the freaking... discs. They're around here somewhere. I have no fucking clue where they would be, though. Also have Legend of the Dragoon. I like dragons, so I kind of picked this up on a whim as well. Got a couple hours into it, and I just stopped, like I do with most of my RPGs. Here's another interesting anomaly from the early 2000s. RPG Maker. They have this on the PC as well, and it's a much better version, but it's an interesting experiment. I love the bullet points on the back. Be the DM of your ultimate RPG. Design and script everything imaginable in a fantasy adventure world. More than 400 dungeon components, 68 character choices, 16 special abilities per character, comprehensive library of game designer tools, share memory cards, and challenge your friends. So yeah, you could save the game to a memory card, give it to your friend who also has RPG Maker, and make your game that way. Except you would pretty much need an entire memory card. You'd need pretty much an entire memory card to save the game to it, because it would take like 15 blocks. Oh, Anime Maker. That's such a stupid thing. They show that you can like create your own characters and stuff, but who the hell has time to do freaking MS Paint on a PlayStation controller and create your own character that way? That's just fucking absurd. But finally, the big boy in my collection, Brigandine. This game sells for like $80 used. And this game has and this version of it has all the books and all the discs in it. So this is worth a pretty penny. I have no idea how it plays. I haven't even put it in my fucking PS2 yet, but I just love that it's worth so much. Yeah, I'm a hopeless materialist. Also down there is Azure Dreams. I don't have a box or book or anything for it, but I don't know. I've heard some people have said good things about it, so I might try it out at some point. I have so many PS1 RPGs to play through. I'd need like 2 years to do them all. And of course, I have other projects to work on, so which is why I have such a huge collection of games I have not even touched. So you may think that's all, but it's not. I have more down here underneath the TV. Yeah, down here, it doesn't matter how good your lighting in your room is. These are games that I don't play that much, so I just have them down here. Of course, I can dig them out when I want to. Some of them I actually forgot I had at some point. But yeah, this is my more 360, Wii, and GameCube games, and a couple of PS2 games as well. I have Assassin's Creed and Dead Space. Not much to say about those. Wii Sports, Excite Truck, Manhunt, I believe this is Link's crossbow training. Yeah, Link's crossbow training. Bully, Metroid Prime 3, Corruption, Zack and Wiki, Super Mario Galaxy, Star Wars, Arctic Tail. If you want to hear the story of this game, just check out my Video Game Bunker episode. Yeah, Lego Star Wars, Gran Turismo 3. This is my brother's. He was a huge fan of Gran Turismo. I just own it because I inherited all those games when he moved out. Constantine. Interesting story about this one. One day, my friend, I guess, just wanted me to play it. So he brought over he apparently bought a second copy of it. So he just gave this one to me. It's not a very good game. I really don't know why he wanted me to play it or try it, but thanks anyway, Mike. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I'm not a big fan of skateboarding games, but Pro Skater 4 is actually one that I kind of enjoyed. More into the GameCube stuff. Metroid Primes, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spyro Hero's Tale, Beautiful Joe, Eternal Darkness. If you haven't played Eternal Darkness, you should play it. Super Mario Sunshine. If you look closely, this game box is actually a reproduction. I printed out my own copy of the cover because the version I got didn't have one. I bought it used, and it didn't have a cover, so I printed out my own, and there we go. I believe I did the same thing for Metroid Prime. Tales of Symphonia, another game that I really need to play. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Pikmin 2, Digimon World 4. So I have Digimon World 2, World 3, and World 4. None of which I've actually played. And Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah, that's all the collection. That's all the stuff I have. I could do another video about my random crap up there on the other side, but I don't think anyone would really care about that. Mostly I have gaming magazines and strategy guides, some DVDs, I got some books in the other corner, but that's it. So I hope you enjoyed taking this journey of my game collection. Leave a comment below, and happy gaming all.